Slania, I'm Corvus Bruxo and you're watching Starting Out Solitary. And today we're talking about the concepts of casting spells for ourselves versus casting spells for others. This is one of those overheated debates that you can see online quite a while, in which people, usually based on their own morals, argue about how we should only cast for ourselves or we should cast for other people. And in casting for other people, there are like two ways, two choices. Well, there are people who believe that you shouldn't cast for other people, and there's, for example, a wonderful Lippy witch who said that she doesn't feel comfortable casting for other people, which is fine. And then when people accept casting for other people, there are people who believe that you should only cast for people you know without charging money, and people who believe that you can charge money. And that is where the overheated debate starts at, because people feel like duty or an immorality, like Owlvine said, that charging money for something that is magic. And I think this has two origins. Basically, I think it is because there are many scammers and people who basically lie to other people about their abilities and what they can do, or don't even believe in what they are doing just to get money from other people. And also this trust, I guess, that magic is something real, that it's something more mental, or it is a personal belief or something like that. So there's like this feel that you can't guarantee the proper results, I guess. So my opinion, first and foremost, is that the craft isn't only a craft. It is also a trade. It's a controversial topic, so I understand the overheated environment about it, but we must look at two things: freedom of individuals and history, basically, because anytime that you are following traditions, either spiritual, religious, professional, whatever, we should look at history, both for what we should do and what we shouldn't do. In this case, we have that. For me, this is like prostitution, and this is another overheated debate, but I see it this way. You shouldn't force someone about doing something. You shouldn't force anybody into doing something they don't want to, even if it's for a need. So you shouldn't prostitute yourself if you don't want to, just for money. But if you feel comfortable with it or even like it, why shouldn't you do it? Now change prostitution for consulting a magician or being a professional magician, witch, warlock, whatever. While you don't step on immoral things, that this is also a huge amalgam of things that could be considered immoral, from cursing and hexing to talking people into believing what they didn't believe at first, just so they would pay you for your services. But also historically, witchcraft or folk magic or healing or fairy doctors, witch doctors, shamans, invokers of voodoo, all of these have charged money, services, food, or otherwise in exchange of the services. Either they were a group that was on the edge of society, such as witches and cunning folk, etc., as people who are accepted into society, for example, the shamans, they both charged to some extent. So both historically and attaining or pertaining the individual freedom, I don't see why you shouldn't do it. Nonetheless, there is a moral ground that you should decide whether you step onto or not. People may ask you to harm somebody else. People may do not agree with the services you ask in return. People may agree or not with the beliefs you base your magical practices upon. So these are all things to consider when deciding either to trade your magical abilities or not. Yet there's a thing that I personally believe that you shouldn't do, and that is casting for others, charging money while you've been practicing only for a short amount of time. But keeping in mind that magic has been part of a trade, professional or not, during a long time, yeah, why not casting for others? I personally have never cast spells for others. So yeah, my belief is that there is no casting for ourselves versus casting for others. I think there's casting for whoever you want, however you want, whenever you want, and whatever you want. And of course, the ethical and moral issues is something that we should address apart, because it's like a completely new issue beyond this one. So there's no versus. Yes, do what you feel like, how you feel like, do it as ethically as possible, and be honest to yourself and your potential clients, and of course be respectful to the trade and to the craft. So those are my thoughts on this topic. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave any thoughts that you may have in the comments down below. We'll see each other next Friday. Thanks for watching, and Slania.